So I thought I'll start with the product content piece because it's been a very hot topic here. And just to reiterate and repeat this message that's been said so many times over, this is from Forrester Research, right? So they said that when they surveyed their buyers, their B2B buyers, they clearly said that they want credible product details. That's a very, very important piece of information that they're looking for in order to make a buying decision. I think that product information is very similar to product availability in the times of store retail. So if I don't have a product available in the store, I can't make a sale. I think product information is as important because it drives search, it helps engagement, it helps make the sale, improve market share, improve your margins, and obviously improve the productivity of the sales teams. But the question is, how do we know what are the gaps in our product content? How do we know that this is the type of product content that the customer is really looking for? So having worked with a lot of B2C retailers, what we've helped some of them do is take an objective view of what sort of product content do you have there. How does that compare with your competitors? So what you see here, hopefully it's not an eye test, is on the bottom right, you see that East Bay, for example, has an opportunity to improve their keywords, right? Now, this sort of a content audit makes it very objective to make decisions, especially when you look at the whole 9 yards. You look at, you can understand what are the gaps from a product title standpoint, features, attributes, image, videos. You can compare that across your competitors or channel partners. So most recently, we started doing this for a large manufacturer. So this manufacturer wants to understand, when I look at the customer journey of awareness, consideration, and purchase, help us understand how does our product content stack up across specific points. Like if I take basic content, how are we doing from a title standpoint? How are we doing across certain parameters in SEO? How are we doing when it comes to conversion? Can you kind of make it objective and put a score out there? And then can you help us track this score over time? Can you then help us understand how is this score doing vis-a-vis our channel providers? So that we can, that is their business development or e-commerce teams, can have objective discussions with their partners to say, you need to make these changes, and these are the specific areas that you need to be making these changes. Now, the good part is, okay, we've got all of this measurement and you've kind of found the gaps. How about fixing these gaps, right? So in this particular example, as you'll see, one of our customers had one on the left-hand side, their A+ content, which is kind of the before state. When we kind of fix this, you'll see there are a lot of opportunities to make sure you have enriched and short and specific descriptions. You need to have updated feature and benefits, which weren't there. Updated SEO-friendly keywords. I guess all of you have been speaking about this. The right type of long descriptions. Make sure you have specifics around product applications, right? How should the product be used, usage instructions. And very important to have these specifications enriched, but also arranged in the right order of importance. And somebody just spoke about consistency, right? How do we make it consistent across the experience, across products, across geographies? And obviously, not to forget important things like disclaimers. Now, let's say we found these gaps, we fixed these gaps, so what's the impact, right? So before getting to the impact, it's extremely important to make sure that we have a measurement framework. So for example, for this client, we have this measurement framework, and you will see that we started to include product metrics or product information metrics alongside web metrics. So you're looking at text fill ratios or marketing text fill ratios, image fill rates, alongside, let's say, web revenue, offline revenue, page visits, etc. So that you're trying to truly understand what's the impact of having this information. So if you have high fill rates, does that increase traffic? Does that have a longer time on page? Does that impact visits and so on and so forth? And in this particular example, we've seen that this particular client saw a 10% increase in conversion. They spent a lot of time with us doing a very exhaustive analysis because you can use data to tell a story that you're looking for. But if you use the right methodology, you can truly understand what sort of lift did you get. I thought what was very heartening was the qualitative comment that the client made, saying that we are now moving away from a gut-based or an opinion-based method of saying, this is the change we need to make. We should have 5 images, to a situation where we now have a data-driven capability to make these content interventions or improvements.